Young people as well. I mean, we're all young. I'm the oldest, but I don't need to tell you how old I am. But it's to encourage you guys that it doesn't matter how young or old or anything that you are, you're never too young to worship God. You're never too young to dedicate your life to Him. So we want to encourage you guys with that. I mean, I think this is part of what we do. Why we do what we do is because, you know, we're not ashamed. And we encourage each and every one of you guys here, whether you go to church on a daily, or, you know, every week, or whether, you know, this is your first time in a while, we encourage you guys that Jesus is alive and Jesus saves and Jesus is good. And you know, that's the reason why we've dedicated our lives to sing to Him and to worship Him in different ways. It's not just rapping, it's not just singing for us, it's dedicating our whole life, you know, for His glory. So we encourage you guys, and we're just going to move on to the next song. All right.
Oh, I need 3 verses.
Ready?
Yeah.
Clap, clap, come on.
You know what I mean? Same old one, same old track, same crowd, monster marbles, bittersweet, no water to gargle, Iron Man, sit back and marvel. Nothing I'll see was on cloud 9, no B.O.B. I'm back in the bottle, I'm too good tonight, and just lay back, forget tomorrow. Problem is, this bottle's proof for never any problem. I think it's fine to go, lately it's been hard to know. I've fallen down so many times, we don't know how to grow. If you are the vine, won't you come and be my branches? Fall came around and I fell into a trance when everybody left me on my own. My friends went away and my girl went home.
Let's sing, come on.
Without you, there's no me. I would die without you. I'm relying on no other. Come and set me free. I would die without you. I'm relying on no other. I give up, I'm against the wall. When I'm weak, you won't let me fall. You can take my life, have my all. I would die without you. I'm relying on no other.
Open door to my future, I think somebody closed it. Now I'm hanging on the edge of a broken home. I call my sister on a broken phone, but it's hard to reach a person who live in a different time zone. My idle engine is running until my idolatry. Affidavit for gazing at girls instead of calculating. I'm inflated, my heart statement is vacant. I signed a salutation, but this message is hatred. I popped, it got so heavy my album dropped. Was looking for the answers and I don't know when to stop. Was seeking for the truth, but this is all that I got. Now I'm reaching for the heavens, I guess it starts at the top.
Without you, there's no me. I would die without you. I'm relying on no other. Come and set me free. I would die without you. I'm relying on no other. I give up, I'm against the wall. When I'm weak, you won't let me fall. You can take my life, have my all. I would die without you. I'm relying on no other.
Come on, I got the verse.
Come and set me free. I would die without you. I'm relying on no other. I give up, I'm against the wall. When I'm weak, you won't let me fall. You can take my life, have my all. I would die without you. I'm relying on no other.
With no packs, avoid the flat chest, but lyrics coming out of me will total the flex. Look at the bicep, small as they all get, but I will never fall, cause I'm as strong as the best yet. Lyrical giant, high on the air, some can. I come a weeping and hit it, rip back is better than slim. Think I'm crazy, stupid, insanely lazy, and practically shady. The only difference is I ain't got Haley. Only a free team, sharp as a beast thing, smarter than any rapper who claim he's an MC. Call me a critical mess, this critically is the best. I'm critically insane, this is the critical test. Critical mastermind of the critics get it. I think I spit it for the critics until the haters can get it. With it, whoa, I go Bugatti on the Saturn, and I will make my problems bigger and bigger and better.
Without you, there's no me. I would die without you. I'm relying on no other. Come and set me free. I would die without you. I'm relying on no other. I give up, I'm against the wall. When I'm weak, you won't let me fall. You can take my life, have my all. I would die without you. I'm relying on no other.
See, we do have a member of our team missing so in case you, but yeah, you guys are awesome. You did a nice job. Nice.
The awesome thing about being here is when we're somewhere else, there's an expectation, so I have to pretend like it's real.
All right, and so our last song, which is, give me a second, Hazardous. Aiden, can you tell us a little bit about that song?
Yeah. 11G tends to have these meetings where we all sit down and say, we need a new track. And I tend to say, okay, I've got one. But no, it basically comes from frustration, actually, with growing up in a place. I grew up in, I don't know if you have any idea where Auburn, New York is. It's basically middle of nowhere. The biggest thing we have there is prison. That's basically like and a rehab center, the two, yay. So I was just this white kid growing up in the middle of nowhere. Basically, the idea is you graduate high school, you go to college, and you become whatever. And there's just no dream. And so then when I started rapping and doing ministry and stuff, then I'm like, oh, there's this whole industry and this whole group of people doing something that inspires them. And in that inspiration, people get very confused with where they funnel their energy. And so it was my frustration with looking at the rest of the world saying, we do it for money, we do it for this. Kanye West, Yeezus album, everybody knows about it. Just hearing this stuff is just mind-blowing when you spend your whole life working for yourself and then you give it to God and watch everybody else doing the same thing you were doing. It's stupid. You just feel lost because you're like, look at all this work I've done and the whole world's just, wow, it's hazardous. So, long story short, that's where it came from. Just a lot of personal struggle I went through, back and forth, back and forth. So, yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Got confused when the media treated you to Yeezus instead of Jesus. Don't get mixed up, that's the thesis of my reason. This world brought treason to rapping, instituted denomination, demonization. Every time I pull myself in the most high, I burn down. How you rappers doing right now? How you rappers doing uptown? How you rappers doing right here? How you rappers doing at all? Without my father, I have nothing left. Don't get me wrong, ain't alright, I'm just finally content. Getting it all, nevertheless, I ain't here for your company. I ain't here for your love for me. I ain't here for the drama, biting a bullet piranha. Is it giving glory to Allah? I'm all about my God, but I won't give him nothing less. And another lesson, none's the best. I'll be outie, I give the words of the fans, hope that they never will follow me. Whoa, that's some phrase of talk. Let's keep this case.
Hold on, I'm so close, I won't choke. I'm right here, this the line, this my grind, this the future, my future, our future. So hold on, please hold on, I'm so close, I won't choke. I'm right here, this the line, this my grind, this the future, my future, our future. So hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now I'm out here and you're back home. You're back home, doing them same old things that have always been done, always been done. Search for the truth, I pray you find it. The answer, yell my name, but I kept these quiet. And that's the reason why I fall. I'm taking a toll, no shaking it off. My God is a God who will answer my call. You've only got one dial of phone. The work taking a life of eternity all on your own. This my duty, Now all my clothes are tailored, and I wrote this song on rolling papers. You know the paper is tapered by wavering dreams. Says that this paper can fill a heart full of pain. As if making it rain can make it rain, but he rains, let it rain. Listen, look, this is hazardous. Walking dead, call me Lazarus. Now I'm alive, walking dangerous. What is happening? This is hazardous. Walking dead, call me Lazarus. Now I'm alive, walking dangerous. What is happening? Please hold on, I'm so close, I won't choke. I'm right here, it's the line, it's my grind, it's the future, my future, our future. So hold on, please hold on, I'm so close, I won't choke. I'm right here, it's the line, it's my grind, it's the future, my future,
future, our future. Hold on.
This is hazardous, walking dead, call me Lazarus. Now I'm alive, walking dangerous, what is happening? This is hazardous, walking dead, call me Lazarus. Now I'm alive, walking dangerous, what is happening?
Please hold on, I'm so close, I won't choke. I'm right here, this the line, this my grind, this the future, my future, our future.
Call me Lazarus. Now
Hold on. Please hold on, I'm so close, I won't choke. I'm right here, this the line, this my grind, this the future, my future, our future. So hold on.
walking dead, call me Lazarus. Now I'm alive, walking dangerous, what is happening?
This is hazardous, walking dead, call me Lazarus. Now I'm alive, walking dangerous, what is happening?
Before we came up, you were encouraged to be more engaged today, and just say, maybe share some things that are on our heart. And I didn't expect. I was like, oh, I hate that stuff because now I've got to think of something clever to say. But it's funny that it would happen here. It's the first time I've ever actually shared this with. I mean, these guys all know, but there's a fundamental behind what we do, which is, I think, the outline for what Christians in general should do, where we have known each other for just a few years and yet we come in such one solid team. We can go anywhere and it will end up being the same thing because God comes and blesses it every time. Like, we could not have a sound system for the Indie Minio concert. We didn't have a sound system until like half an hour before the show. But the thing about it is each individual is very, very flawed. And for me, that song didn't come to closure until after it was written. There was a period that I was in 11G where any other place I would have been kicked out. I was still smoking. I was doing smoking weed, doing everything. And my mom was actually one that was like, look, you need to come forward and say this stuff. It's real stuff and these people love you. They want to help you. So being such a big commute, they weren't a part of my life at this point. I could go home and I could be whoever I wanted to be and come back and bow. I'm a Christian, this is great. And actually Pastor Ham here in the back, I'm not sure how many of you know him. Him and Brother Elias here pulled me aside after sharing this, and they were like, look, you really need to get this together. We're gonna work with you. You're gonna call us once a week. We're just gonna be checking on you. You're so talented. We want you to be a part of this team. We see a great calling of God in your life. So I spent months just struggling with myself. Yes, I decided to do this, but was this really what I wanted? And they'd call and be like, hey, how are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm doing great, but it's the same game I play with myself. And there's a place in you where once you decide this is what I want, this is where my heart lies, that the team becomes one. And in that, you don't have to hold any of this stuff anymore. So you may look and you may say, well, they're a team and they're great, or the church is a team and they're great, but I'm just not a part of it. I'm a Christian on my own. Nobody knows. I don't know if I want this. You're great on Sunday, and then you come home and you're like, what's up with everybody else? Why are they doing so great? Why are their small groups so close? And it's not because coming together makes somebody close. I don't know how many of you have gone to a church camp. But what happens at church camp is everybody comes together, and at the beginning of the week it's awkward, and by the end of the week it's whoa, everybody's family and this is great, and then once you leave it's gone. But that can be here all the time when your heart surrenders.
Amen.
It's surrendering to yourself, to what you want, and to what makes you comfortable. And when you allow yourself to be uncomfortable, that's where God comes and covers you. And in that, now you're a part of the team. And now, no matter what's going on, you're covered. If I mess up, doesn't matter. Boom, I'm right back under. Because I've already surrendered. And that's all it takes. It has nothing to do with the people. It has nothing to do with where you live or what small group you're in. It has to do with how you approach it and how you approach yourself. And it just takes looking in the mirror and saying, who are you? And deciding, I want to be this. I want to be a part of this team. So that's the fundamental, I think, that we stand on as people and as 11G. So
Thank you very much, Aiden.